Bonnie, are you doing okay right now?
What are you asking about?
I just wanted to see what's up, and I have something that I'd like to ask from you.
Oh, what could that be?
I would like for you to take care of my kid for a little while.
Again? You've given me plenty of excuses before for why I should be taking care of your kid for you, but this has happened a lot now. Allie, do you ever feel like taking care of your own kid like most parents do?
Well, of course I do.
Well, your kid is really a baby, and because it's not even a year old yet, they should be with their mother.
I don't think you have any right saying something like that when you're still single.
So, when would you like me to look after them for you?
I was thinking around sometime next week.
All right then.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. I'm not sure how long you're going to have to look after them this time, though.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be heading overseas this time on vacation, so...
Huh?
You only just had your baby a few months ago and you're going to leave the country on vacation now? I've never heard of anyone doing something like that. What's the problem with it? I deserve a little prize for having given birth to my baby. But of course, a single woman like yourself would never be able to understand that kind of feeling I have right now.
You do realize that I have a job right now, and that means I can't always be looking after your baby. Please, tell me how long you plan on being out of the country for.
The thing is, I'm not sure how long I'll be out of the country for, so when I know the time I'll be coming back, I'll text you.
Then how about instead of asking me, you ask Bryce to take care of your baby?
Bryce is out of the country as well right now for work, and he told me he won't be coming home for another 6 months or so, which means the only person that I can rely on is you, Bonnie.
Then how about you take your baby with you on that trip so that you don't have to be separated from them for too long?
What the heck are you talking about? I can't be taking my baby out of this country and into another when they're not even a year old yet. And if I do that, I won't get the rest that I deserve as my prize. Did you really not think that one through either before telling me?
I get that you might not have time to relax then.
Also, I'm asking you to do this for me because I've been thinking about you.
You've been thinking about me? What exactly do you mean by that?
I mean, you're never going to be able to get married anytime soon, or at all, right?
I'm not so sure about that one, but...
You're already in your early 30s now, and yet you still haven't had any men approach you, which means that something like marriage is now near impossible. Which is why I thought it would be kind of me to give you a chance to experience raising your own child for once. Please, thank me for that.
Okay, but...
Whatever else you have to say about this, I've already made the plans to take this vacation, and nothing is going to change that now. Which means that someone is going to have to take care of my baby for me. Please and thank you.
Bryce, can we talk?
Sure, I just got out of work and came home, so...
Oh, I see. There's a bit of a time difference, so of course you'd be getting out of work already.
That's right. How did you know that I'd be out of the country right now?
Actually, I heard about this trip you're on from Allie. She said you've been out of the country for a year now and still have a little bit left to go. I'm sure you want to be back home with your baby now, right?
Well, of course I want to be with them, but when it comes to this job I have, I'm the only one qualified to be here, so I have to do it. And when I'm working, that's when I'm taking the best care of my family.
You really have become a great pillar for your new family.
I've just been learning it from you.
From me? But I'm not married to anyone.
That's not what I meant. What I mean is you have always been my one and only family member to me, and as such, you've always taken great care of me as though you were always the pillar in our relationship.
You really don't have to put that much thought into it.
I can't ever thank you enough for what you've done. Ever since our parents threw me out, you'd been by my side, making sure that I was still okay and wouldn't be left for the vultures. And after graduating high school, you went right to work so that I could have the money to go to college when I graduated. Seriously, I cannot thank you enough for what you've done.
When I saw that neither mom or dad loved you like they should have, I knew that someone had to step in and take care of you. So I took their role and made sure that you were raised with the same support I was being raised with. Seeing you grow into a little version of me after all of that work makes me so happy.
Really? Do you never plan on getting married or anything? Because I think you could become a really good mother if you had a kid of your own.
Not yet. I'm still having too much fun with my career, and it doesn't seem to be moving out of the way for anything else anytime soon.
Is that right? Well, you always have been having a good time when you're at work. But if you ever want to get married, the sooner the better. I want you to have a kid or two while you're still young. And as you can see by Annie and I, we both wanted to have a kid, and they haven't taken away from our enjoyment of working.
I see.
Is something wrong?
In my eyes, your baby is like family to me as well. And I really want for your baby to grow up happy and healthy. Which is exactly why I have something I wanted to tell you about regarding them.
What's that?
This has to do with Annie as well. Annie, when do you plan on coming back home? I'm finally settling into my trip overseas here, so would you please stop trying to get in the way of my time by questioning about when I'll be home? Even the sight of your text coming into my phone alone makes me feel really anxious inside. I don't really care about how you feel about it right now. I want to know when you're going to be coming home from that trip of yours, please. I have had your baby for a month now, okay? Wow, it's already been a month now of being out of the U.S.? Time really does fly when you're having this much fun. And you've had more than enough fun wherever you are now, right? Please come home for us soon. No, thank you. I'm still only in the middle of this trip I've planned out. It's been a month now since you left the state, so I'm not really sure you can call that a trip anymore. Are you not even missing the sight of your baby's face yet? Not at all. I don't miss the sight of their face at all. Annie, this is your baby. What do you think? This is just an idea that I've been wanting to throw out there, but what do you think about raising that baby yourself? Do you have any clue what you're saying right now? I sure do, and you know what else I understand? That me getting married to an elite like Bryce was really lucky. But as for that kid we had, they're kind of getting in the way. Which means that if you were to take care of that kid for us, that would be something I could really get behind. So what do you think? You can finally have a kid that you'd otherwise never be able to make, and I'd get to lose that baggage from my sight. That right there is a win-win situation, right? I can't believe you'd call your own baby baggage like that. You can't? Well, that's just the way I really feel about them is all. The only reason I ever wanted to get married to Bryce was so that I could use all of his money whichever way I wanted and live my life to the fullest. So that's how you really feel then about your baby? That's right. Is there a problem with that? Well, if you're going to do whatever you want to without anyone else's permission, then allow us to do the same. Bonnie, long time no see. I just arrived back in the U.S. So you were able to stay overseas for a whole year without ever saying anything to us. Honestly, I kind of forgot about you after the last time we chatted. Hey, don't say something so cold to your little sister-in-law. I'm back from my long trip overseas, so you should be celebrating my return with me. You just came back from that vacation, right? I'm not going to celebrate something like that. Geez, you really are so cold to me now. So sorry for leaving a newborn with you like that one for a whole year. Now, I'm going to head out to your place and take them back from you. Where will you go to? Where will I? I'm going to your house, of course. Wait, did you move into a new house since I left the country? No, I'm still at the same old house. Is that right? Then I'm coming over there to get my baby back from you. What? So you're coming out to my house? Well, of course I am. I left my baby with you a year ago, and now I'm coming back to your house to get them back from you. The thing is, I don't have your baby here. Huh? What are you going on about right now? I told you that I left my baby with you before I left, right? We were even talking about this a while back when I was overseas, and you were complaining about me not coming back. So would you please cut it out with all those crazy, weird lies? I just got back home from a really long flight and I'm tired. Oh, that's true. Back then I did have your baby over at my house.
Then tell me who has my baby right now. Don't you dare tell me that you left them at some kind of foster home.
Of course, I'd never do something like that to your baby. Your baby is with my little brother right now, and he's the one who's been taking care of them.
What? But he should still be overseas right now on his business trip to England.
He went and ended that trip sooner than expected so that he could be back here with his baby. He told me that he was worried about his newborn baby and wanted to make sure they were okay.
No way, you...
That's right. I went and told Bryce about how you left the country to go on your so-called vacation.
Why would you do something like that to me?
What? It's not like you ever told me that I couldn't go to your husband and tell him about where you went. And when I was thinking about your baby, I thought it would be best that they be raised by their parents instead of by their aunt. Oh, but don't you worry. I have been doing everything I could to be by my little brother's side, supporting him. At first, he was a bit worried about how to take care of a newborn baby all on his own, but since I started to help him out a bit, he's taken hold of what it means to be a single father and is a really good one now. Perfect, actually. And seeing him with his own flesh and blood, they're both so happy. Honestly, I think that your baby won't even remember who you are when you go back home to see them.
Why would you do something like that while I was away? You've gone and done something on purpose. That's going to ruin our little family.
I'm sorry, but was it me that took a trip overseas for a whole year without ever telling my husband while leaving my newborn baby with another person? No, it was you that started all of this crap, which has now led to your relationship to the both of them falling off.
I'm to blame.
You're a failure as a parent, Annie. Your husband was already overseas for work and was going to be gone for a year and a half, yet you chose to leave the country yourself alone and for a whole frickin' year. Had you actually been thinking about your newborn seriously, you never would have done something so reckless. So in order to protect your baby, I had to tell my brother.
You really think I'm going to believe something as perfect as that?
I never said that I wanted you to believe any of it.
But I know what the hell you're after, Bonnie. You're after my marriage with Bryce. You want to ruin it so that you can have your little brother back, don't you?
Why do you think that I, of all people, would want something like that for Bryce?
I know everything about you two. I was told by Bryce that ever since you guys were babies, you were both really close to one another and could never be separated. And I'm sure you hate the fact that your cute little brother was taken away by someone like me, right? So in order to get your brother back from me and into your arms, you went through with all of this behind my back.
I don't understand how things went from this to that in your mind so quickly. Of course, in my mind, my brother is very, very important to me. But do you really think that I have such a big ego that I'd be willing to break apart what my brother really wanted, being married to you for my own personal gain? Our relationship to one another is not that shallow and can survive even with him having a family of his own now. And the reason for why I did what I did this time is because I've been thinking about your own baby's happiness. Nothing else played a part in my decision of telling Bryce. Although I can tell from your reaction to this that you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Is that right? Then I guess I'll go have a word with Bryce about all this right now. And I just came up with the perfect excuse for all of this that I'm sure someone like my very own husband will be able to buy.
So you're going to lie to my little brother? I'm not so sure something like that is going to go down very well for you.
But it's going to be all too easy for me. I mean, the guy is madly in love with me and could never doubt me. He will be easily tricked by whatever I tell him, and that makes him the perfect man for me. I already know that's what's going to happen this time. And while I'm at it, I might even have him cut ties to you forever. That would be the best outcome for me after all.
Do whatever you'd like. To be frank, I don't want to have anything else to do with someone as sick as you.
I can't wait for your little brother, who you've invested everything into, to get up and leave you all by your lonesome for the rest of your life. Bryce, how's the baby doing? Have you been taking good care of them?
What do you want from me now, of all times, considering you left me and our baby for one whole year?
You have that all wrong. I've been framed, set up.
You've been framed? Explain to me what you really mean by that.
This was all your older sister's plan from the beginning.
My older sister's plan?
That's right. Actually, the one that told me to leave our baby behind and go on vacation was your older sister. She was the one that recommended a vacation for me. Your sister works as a travel agent and a tour conductor, right? She told me that she could get me this really cheap ticket to leave home for a bit and said that I should really take advantage of it. And that's where I got the idea from. I told her no at first. I told her that it would be insane to leave my newborn baby behind after I'd only just given birth to it, and said to her that I wouldn't think about leaving. But that's when she told me she'd take care of the baby for me if I was only gone for 1 week, saying that I needed to leave the U.S. for a bit to go and stretch my wings again. And after I trusted her with that, I did as she said and took the ticket to leave.
Then why the heck were you gone for 1 whole freaking year?
I lost my passport while overseas. I went to the U.S. Embassy looking for help with getting a new one, and that took close to a year to be processed. But this was all your sister's plan from the start.
Unbelievable, Annie. There's no way someone like my sister would ever, and I mean ever, suggest that you leave your newborn baby behind for a week.
I'm telling the truth. She came all the way out to where she had recommended that I go and stole my passport from me before heading back to the U.S.
Why the hell would my sister, of all people, want to do something as insane as that?
She wants to take you away from me, Bryce. And since she's not able to get married and have kids herself, her second goal was to get my kid away from me so that she could keep and raise it.
My older sister?
That's right. She even said that to me.
No freaking way she did.
What? Bryce, are you not going to trust what I'm saying here?
Of course I'm not going to trust you. I know that someone as open-hearted and caring as my sister would never, ever do something like that. She knows more than any of us what it feels like having to watch as her parents got rid of their kid and how painful it was for that kid. So you really think that her having gone through and witnessing all of that would want to take our baby away from you and then destroy our family? No damn way she would. Also, if you'd actually lost your passport while you were over there, you would have called me first thing to say that you were stranded and needed help. The fact that you never once said anything to me the whole time you were there tells me that you're nothing but crappy and baseless lies now.
I have a reason for that as well.
Shut the hell up. I don't want to talk to you anymore, so stop texting me. I don't even want to see your face anymore.
I'm no longer able to talk with Bryce anymore. You do something about this right now for me.
When it comes to problems relating to your marriage, I'm not going to get in the way of them. You figure out how to get back in touch with your husband yourself, please.
Things are going just the way you planned them to, right?
Not at all. Things are only happening that way because you asked for them to. I haven't done anything to mess with your guys' marriage. All I did was take care of your baby and make sure they had a parent around.
I'm not listening to anything an old hag like you has to preach to me about.
Oh, is that right? Well, if you don't want me preaching to you anymore, that's fine by me. But I do have something else I need to tell you about that's pretty important. I'm going to be getting some money from you now by means of a fine.
What kind of fine are you talking about? There's no fine that you can just pull out of your ass and give to me.
This fine is for the damages you caused to me and my life after you went and forced your baby onto me. I would like for you to pay that fine to me now, please.
What are you going on about right now?
I had to take your place as that baby's mother and raise them for you. And during that time, I couldn't focus on my job at all. So in the end, I had to end up calling my boss and ask them to let me have some time off in order to make things right with your baby and Bryce. But by doing such a thing, my boss told me when I came back, I wouldn't be getting my yearly bonus nor a pay increase. So as a way of paying for what you've done to me, I'd like you to pay what I would have received as both a bonus and an accumulation of my pay increase for all of next year.
Stop freaking lying to me! Didn't you tell me that you handed my baby off to Bryce to take care of in the end?
Your husband had to be out of the U.S. for 1.5 years on that business trip. You really think that he just got up from his job the moment I told him you were gone and came right back home?
No way!
He had to go through the long process of telling all his higher-ups about the emergency, which took close to 2 months for him to make happen. But of course, someone like yourself, who's never worked an actual job in their life, would never understand.
Then that means...
Your husband had to end his business trip 5 months before it was planned to end in order to come home. And that was already a tough time for him to deal with. But before he was able to come home, I had to be the one taking care of and raising your baby.
Then how much am I going to have to owe you after that?
As a travel agent that has quite a lot on her plate throughout the year, I'd say the total amount plus that bonus comes to around $40,000.
Wait, $40,000? There's no way I'll be able to afford to pay you that kind of money.
Considering what you were able to spend a whole year overseas, I think you do have the money to pay me $40,000.
Why would you have to take off that much work in order to take care of a single baby? You went and took off that much work on purpose in order to get all this money out of me.
Are you really saying something as absurd as that right now? Do you really have any idea how hard it is to have to raise a newborn baby all on your own?
I know how hard it is. Then how the hell could you say something like that to me?
Had I started to go back to work all the time with the baby, they would have had to stay home all alone.
You really think I was going to do that to a baby that's not even mine? All right, I see. I get what you're wanting to say now. As long as I pay up, everything will be fine, right?
Well, someone's finally getting real with me. And how do you plan to pay me $40,000?
I'll ask Bryce to help me pay you. When I tell him that I need some money to help pay off that fine, he'll be more than glad to help me do so.
Annie, could you please stop thinking that you can just ask my brother for whatever you want? Considering that you're the reason why all of this had to happen in the first place, I don't think he's helping you. Why do you even think my brother would want to take any more damage for you to begin with?
Because he's my husband. And after I tell him about what I need help with, I'll apologize to him and he'll then have to forgive me.
You really think you can manage that with him?
Of course I can. I understand that things have gotten a bit emotional right now between us. But when things have calmed down a bit, he'll start putting me before anyone else, and things will go back to normal for me.
I don't think, no. I know that's not going to happen.
What makes you think you can say that about us?
Because my brother has been preparing to divorce you for some time now.
Huh? Divorce me? Why would he want to do that? Are you saying that just because I went on vacation overseas, he wants to divorce me?
Well, that does play a considerable part in it, yes. But there are plenty of other things besides that which play a major part in his decision.
Like what?
You left your baby and the U.S. for 1 whole year to be overseas? Was that really just for a simple vacation?
What's all of this about? If it wasn't all for vacation, then what else could I have been doing?
You went overseas by yourself, right?
That's right. I went on my own to take a break from things. It was all so much fun for me that I stayed a whole year.
If that's the case, then why were you with another man enjoying those dinners together, as well as going back to the same hotel room all the time?
Huh? What the hell? I have no idea what you're talking about. I never was out with any man while I was away.
Do you really know the kind of work I do as a career? I work for a travel agency as well as for a tour company. And as part of my job, I have to be overseas quite a lot myself. And when I had to take a trip overseas after Bryce came home to care for your baby, I found you going into a hotel together with another man. I actually stayed at the same hotel as you for a few nights.
What? Are you serious?
Very serious. I was going to go up to you and complain about what you were doing, but when I saw the man you were with, I was in shock. You were in the arms of that black man, and you went inside that hotel both smiling and laughing at one another. And from that moment until the end of my time there, I was watching you both. You both seemed to be having a very good time together. It was like the both of you were years deep into a relationship with one another.
No way. You came all the way out there?
And while I was there, I gathered plenty of pictures and video of you with that man. And I made sure to show them all to my brother. And just like I was thinking would happen, your husband screamed out in a rage. At that moment, I could tell he was wanting a divorce and to never see your face ever again. When he calmed down, he said he would be using those photos and videos I gathered to get a settlement from you. So while you're paying that fine to me for wasting my time, you'll also be paying that settlement off.
Wait a second. Are you being serious about that?
Very, very serious. Both myself and my brother are never going to forgive you for what you did to both myself and your own family.
But please, forgive me, please. I'll never do anything like that again.
Impossible now. Bryce and I are making sure that someone like you can never come around either one of us, as well as your baby, ever again.
No way.
But isn't this great for you? Now you'll finally be free of ever having to take care of the baby ever again, right? Now you'll have all the freedom in the world to travel to where you want to for however long you want to.
She's finally settled down and accepted the fact that I'm divorcing her.
Thank goodness, because that was a tough one.
Bonnie, I know that this all has caused you a lot of trouble, so I'm really sorry for that. I want to tell you why I ended up with a girl like her. I was so worried about how worried you were for me that I thought getting married as quick as possible would make you feel better about me. And, well, that led me to marrying without first seeing what someone like Annie was like.
Hearing you say that you wanted to help me relax makes me very happy. But when it comes to something like marriage, you have to be with the right person for you. And considering you were the one that brought her into our lives, you have to take some responsibility for what she's done.
Yeah, I sure will be.
But that's all stuff of the past now, with her being kicked out of our lives. So we should continue looking on from this and forget about what all she's done.
Right. And as long as I have my baby with me, that's all I really need to make me happy. I'll show you that I can handle everything on my own and that you can be free of me now.
Thank you, but remember that you can always ask for help from me when you need it.
Thank you, Bonnie.
After having gotten divorced by Bryce, Annie went and immediately left the country to go back to her other man and be with him. But the sad thing about that was the man she'd been with didn't really think of her as a partner he wanted to be with, rather just a toy he could have sex with. And it turned out that the man she had been with had a family of his own as well. His wife ended up finding out about them cheating on her a while back, and so when Annie came back into the country, that man's wife could finally take her to court and get a settlement from her as well. In a panic, Annie tried to call her parents and ask for their help in all of that, but considering that they both already knew what she'd done, they were fed up with her and blocked her number. With nobody else to ask for help from, and still being stuck in a country she couldn't leave without paying off that settlement, Annie was forced to find a job paying her under the table, and that ended up being one in the red light district. As of right now, she's still over there working as a prostitute, trying to earn all the money that she can in order to pay off all her settlements, as well as child support.
Eve! Long time no see, my friend! It's me, Kinley. Have you been keeping together pretty well? I know it's been a few years now, but I wanted to make sure you're still doing okay. I've been pretty busy recently with my fiancé being all romantic and such. So I'm sorry for not getting back to you about my life. I'm sure you've been really lonely without me, right? It's not like any of us from that friend group have really been hanging out anymore, right? Probably because me being all of your guys' best friend really left everyone feeling lonely. No, actually, I've been quite alright. And so have the rest of us, I think. And it has been a long time now, hasn't it? What are you wanting to talk with me about right now? Well, thank you so much for asking. And well, really soon here, I'm going to be getting married to my fiancé. What? That's right. Well, congratulations for that. What? Thank you so much. You still seem not to have a man of your own right now, correct? I'm so sorry having to tell you such heartbreaking news as this. You really don't like to hear about this, do you? I'm sure you're barely holding yourself together now, right? No, I'm fine actually. But about the whole having a boyfriend thing, I still don't have one. However, to me, I'm not really that interested in getting married at the moment. I've been up to other things with my life, and I'm actually quite pleased with the way things have been going for me.
Oh, really? Well, that's great to hear. If you were about to tell me you didn't want to hear anything about me getting married, I was going to feel really awkward about this conversation. The wedding will be on the 3rd Saturday at 8 a.m., so please come out to see me. I'll send you the location of the venue later, all right?
What? You're talking about that? Well, around that time, I still don't really have any plans.
I'm sure you don't, right? So please make sure to come on out to my wedding for me. And as a gift, you being my friend and all, I'd like around $500, please.
Wait, are you really supposed to be asking for something like that from me right now?
Well, of course I'm supposed to be. After all, when it comes to you, you happen to be a bit slow a lot of the time. If I weren't to ask you for the amount now, you would never be able to figure things out. That's why I made sure to tell you the amount I'm expecting from you. You're pretty old now, so you should have the money to give some to me, right?
Wait, that wasn't the problem I was referring to just then.
Ah, another thing. You've always been really good at painting and things like that, right? You were into things like design and stuff as well?
What? Well, currently I'm working in design, so...
You sure are! Then, could you please go ahead and make up the welcome board that we can show outside my venue for all the guests? When it comes to what design to go with, do something that you know will make me very happy.
What? Wait, something like that is fine, but I'm not really sure what you'd want to have on it, right? By the way, how much would you like to spend on the welcome board for your wedding?
What? Come on now! It should be free for me, right? You and I are best friends after all, so you do all of that for free, right?
Wait, you're calling us best friends? So you like to only use that term when it applies to benefiting you. I guess I can make something small up for you, but when it comes to the raw materials, I'm going to need some money to make it look decent. If you're wanting it for free, well...
What? I am getting married, aren't I? Yet for some reason, you're not wanting to celebrate that about me at all. Are you asking the bride to have to send you some money for that?
Why are you making it sound like I'm in the wrong for asking? I'm talking about the welcome board that you want for your wedding. And if you want it to be good, well, you're gonna have to pay a little bit for the good materials. I was just trying to ask you the important information.
And if you're wanting it to be good for me, then you go and get those materials with your own money. You think of a design that suits me, and then you make that happen. Remember that it's meant to be like a present for me. So you're going to make something gorgeous for me, right? I promise to tell everyone at the wedding that you were the one that made it. That way you'll be getting some free advertising out of it.
What? This is not all about that, though.
What is it then? Are you planning to still act all stingy about wanting some money for my present? Come on already. Don't go out trying to disappoint me or anything here. That's right. I've made sure to invite all kinds of other people to my wedding. All of our best friends from our best friend group. Considering that it's been so long since we've all seen each other, I hope you're really looking forward to my wedding.
What? Our best friend group? Hold on. Don't just say something like that about people I'm not even sure about.
Why does it even matter to you when you're being invited to my wedding just like the rest of them? I just ask that you look good while you're there, and I mean cute good. Unlike you, I'm having to still plan a bunch more out, which is a tough feat for me, right? And because of that, I'm busy right now with some things, so I'll see you later. And on the day of the wedding, make sure to come there early, please. I need you to set up that welcome board for me. I look forward to seeing you then.
What? Wait a second, Kinley. I told you not to go on like that without listening to what I have left to say. Come on.
Where are you right now, Eve? Where is my welcome board that you promised me?
What? What are you talking about right now, Kinley?
Wait, don't tell me you're seriously still on your way here right now. I told you to come here early before, didn't I? You need to be here to set up that welcome board that I asked you to make for me.
Wait a second. I'm not going to your wedding today. Now that you mention it, it's supposed to be today.
Huh? Are you really saying that you're going to skip out on my wedding last minute?
No, don't call this me skipping out last minute or anything.
Skipping out on your best friend's wedding like that last minute makes you such a terrible person. I asked you to make and bring me a welcome board, didn't I? How are you going to make all of this right for me?
Wait, the thing is that I never once got an official invitation from you.
What? What are you talking about? I invited you to my wedding before.
Well, you did tell me something or another about your wedding and everything. But you were just telling me the date and time of your wedding and nothing else about it. I never got an actual invitation, so there was nowhere for me to even RSVP to. And when I asked about it, you never once replied to me. Which means in the end, I was never able to say anything to you about me actually coming or not.
Huh? Are you actually saying something like that to me right now?
I am being as serious as I can be right now. Did you ever go out and send me an invitation in the mail, or at the very least by email?
What are you even talking about? In the mail? You wanted me to send you an invitation through the mail? I just went and sent everyone texts saying when my wedding would be. That should have been more than enough in order to get them to come, right?
Not really. I get that recently a lot of people have been doing invitations for their wedding online and such, but that's usually through an online link or an email. All you did was send out a couple of texts saying that the wedding was on this date at this time and nothing else. Please don't call something like that the only kind of invitation you were able to send out.
You're lying, right? Are you just trying to mess with me right now? A prank or something? Are you just trying to pull a fast one on me right now to try and get me a little bit worked up on my big day?
You really are the most absent-minded person I've ever known, Kinley. Wait, does that mean there will literally be none of your guests coming today for your wedding then? Wow, having a wedding with none of your guests there is pretty sad.
Are you really saying something like that to me? Wait, so are you really not coming today? What about the welcome board we talked about? Now that I think about it, I asked Rachel and them to all come to work the front desk. They're all coming here, aren't they?
I have no idea if they're coming there or not. How about you go and ask them all about this instead of me? The best I can say about the rest of them is that they're all not going to be coming today. From what I know about them, all since they're my close friends, you asking them to come out to your wedding meant nothing to them, and they won't be going.
Huh? What did you just mean by that? Don't tell me that you all did this on purpose!
Listen to me. I have nothing to do with what you're going through right now. This is all happening to you because you never actually sent a proper invitation out to any of your guests. And when I was going out with Rachel and all the others for dinner, we started to talk about you. They all wanted to know if we had been invited by you or not. And that's when everyone in the group said that they'd gotten some texts from you, but they didn't know where the venue was or anything. We all had no idea what you were really going on about at the time.
Wait, so you have all been going out to dinner and such together? So you're saying you've been keeping me out of the loop and meeting up with one another?
Hold up. I really have no idea where the root of your misunderstanding lies here. It's not that we've been keeping you out of the loop. Rather, you've never been a part of this group of friends to begin with. So why would we be talking with you about anything?
What? What do you mean?
The only one who seems to think that this group is filled with all her friends is you. You even called us your best friend group, right? Well, to all of us, you're not a part of us.
You're lying about that, right? Saying something like that about me right now? Don't you feel like a total asshole for saying something like that on my wedding day of all days?
Well, the only reason I'm being outright with you about it all right now is because if you're not told things directly, you never seem to get the hint. This whole time, you just assumed that you were best friends of ours, and that we were all your best friends. Think about that a little bit more, please. You think we all think highly of you after years of you being a total jerk to us? And when I say jerk, I really mean a thief.
You're calling me a thief? None of that was my fault. The man who had fallen in love with me is to blame for all of that.
Sure. Say what you will then. You always say things like that, and think that's a good enough reason to not be blamed for what you've done. But whenever we look at it, you were always the one asking for them to go out with you all the time. And when you say that you haven't been doing that, we never, ever believe you.
There's no way this can be happening. Just because I'm cute? You're all assholes.
Go on. Say whatever makes you feel better about your actions. I'm sorry, but the rest of us aren't going to bother with you and your misunderstanding of things anymore. Instead of always caring about your friends and their feelings, you were more into acting like a whore around men. And that led every single one of us to stop thinking about you as a friend, and definitely not as a best friend. That's why, when you started to text all of us about your wedding earlier, we were all in shock.
What the hell? Saying so many mean things like that? There's no way. The fact that you were all saying things like that about me? I was really looking forward to seeing all of you at my wedding today.
If you really wanted us to hang out with you again, then maybe you should have stopped being such a whore around all of our men and built friendships with us.
I get it. But please, come to my wedding right now. I really have none of my guests showing up to this wedding right now. My fiancé is getting really upset with me. If you all don't come here, then I'll be in big trouble. If he starts to talk about how he doesn't want to get married to me anymore, I'm going to be in really huge trouble.
That all kind of serves you right, doesn't it? How you end up after none of your guests come today has nothing to do with all of us. This is the fruit that the seeds you planted with us long ago have grown.
Why would you say something like that about me? I get it, for real now. You all don't have any money, and that's why you guys wouldn't be able to give me those gifts, right? Well then how about this? You guys don't have to bring me money anymore and can still come. So please, come here.
That's not the kind of issue we have with you right now. None of us are wanting to use our valuable time going out to your wedding to celebrate a jerk like you. That's all. Don't think you're going to have even me showing up today, when you were the one that never listened to me and laid your filthy hands all over the man I loved.
That's all stuff from the past, Eve. I'm asking you to please come here right now.
I told you, I'm not coming. Now you're starting to get on my nerves. I hope that your wedding and marriage are a thing of the past right here and now, you bitch.
It's been a while, Eve. This is me, Jacob. It's been a while, Eve. I'm sure you still remember who I am, right? I used to be in the class above you?
What? Jacob? Why are you talking to me after so many years? It really has been so long now, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I'm glad to be hearing from you again, and Thankfully, you still remember who I am after so many years of never talking. Anyway, I wanted to ask about a friend of yours. You have a friend that goes by the name of Kinley, right? I woke up this morning to loads of calls on my phone that came in from her. It seems that today is the day of her wedding or something. I have no idea why she would want to be calling me about all of that, though. So I wanted to ask you about it since you're probably going there today, right?
What? She was trying to get you to go there as well, Jacob? That woman really does talk to so many people at once then, doesn't she?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Just a second ago, she was talking with me about her wedding today. Apparently, she wanted to invite all kinds of people to her wedding today, but all she was sending was texts about the time of her wedding to everyone, but nothing else. However, she thought that that was an invitation to her guests, and never said anything else to any of us. She never sent out physical invitations or even emails or links to digital ones, so nobody's going to her wedding today at all. And well, then that led to her getting upset at me and asking me where everyone, including myself, was at.
What? Can someone really manage something that stupid? So she never had any of her guests come today and is freaking out now trying to invite anyone that's in her contacts? She must really need to have guests there today right now then.
I believe so. That's how it all felt when she was talking with me about it. I have no plans of going today, and that's left her freaking the hell out. And it seems that her fiancé is now getting upset with her over it.
Well, I'm sure he would be. But weren't you pretty close with her back in the day? Are you sure it's all right for you to not go to your friend's wedding?
Wait. I was never really that close to her at all. She was the kind of whore that thought she could do anything she wanted with all the men around her, even if they were dating her friends. And she did the same thing to my friend group. When everyone knew what she was doing, we all stopped talking to her, and that was the end of it.
Wow, so that's how things went down back then? I guess there was a bit of her that made me think she liked hanging around men all the time. But I assumed she also had you and your group as really close friends. And well, I thought that since she was good friends of yours, she'd be a good person too. But she was never your friend back then.
Not at all. That whore would never be a friend of any of us. And that's why my group all said that even if she had sent out invitations to us, we wouldn't have gone. We actually spent a whole dinner talking about her. She really got in the way of all of our love lives back in the day. We were all furious with her before we stopped talking to her.
Oh, I bet you all were. Wait, back in the day, she came up to me saying that she was a friend of yours and that she wanted to date me for a while. Does that mean a certain someone I know had a crush on me back then?
Wait, about that. Well, we don't have to talk about that, right? That's all in the past now. The far past, actually.
What? I would really like to know if that's true. And the fact that you reacted like that means you pretty much gave the secret that you had a crush on me away. I feel really happy to hear that, actually. Had you actually been able to confess those feelings and gone out with me then, I would have been very happy. Even now, as a matter of fact.
Wait, what are you going on about right now? Could you please stop joking about something from back in high school?
I'm not joking about how I'd feel, though. Wow, it's a bit too late to be saying things like this now, though, but... Hey, if you don't mind this at all, how about we go out sometime for something to eat? And of course, I'll be paying. I could take you out somewhere with some amazing food if you like. The fact that we've gotten back in touch like this means there has to still be something there.
Wait, are you sure about that? Of course I'd love to go out to eat with you.
Awesome! I can send you a list of the days I'm free, so take a look at it and let me know what day works for you.
Sure thing. Thank you so much, Jacob. You can't be that upset with me after I've done nothing at all, right? Seeing you try and trip me down those stairs and then missing and falling down yourself? What the hell did you think you were doing there? I laughed so hard hearing you scream.
How were you able to dodge me like that? Did you learn some kind of martial arts or something?
Please, I'd never get into something like martial arts. It's just that when I turned around, I saw you trying to stick your foot out at me, and I dodged you as you moved forward. I didn't even have to really move, though, is the thing. And at first, I really didn't know who you were because I couldn't see you quickly enough.
Well, had you not moved aside like that, I wouldn't have to be at the bottom of these stairs in pain. You should be the one who got hurt.
I kind of thought something was up with you messaging me about wanting to meet up and apologize. And of course, there was something up with that. You were thinking about injuring me using that staircase today. I get that you will forever hate me for no reason, but I didn't think you'd actually try to hurt me physically over it.
It's because of you that I was never able to get married. I was a real idiot for inviting a bitch like you to my wedding in the first place. And the fact that you never told me anything about how to invite people makes you a total asshole.
Hey, don't start blaming other people for you ending up as stupid as you are at this age. The fact that you didn't even know about how to send out simple wedding invites is something even I know about, and I'm not even interested in marriage.
I didn't know a thing about it, though. I had never been to someone else's wedding yet, and I myself had never been taught what to do. So I really had no idea how to tell everyone that they were invited to come to my wedding. I knew that I at least had to tell of my guests to come and such, but I didn't want to pay for anything, so I thought texting everyone would be good enough.
By the way, actually, Rachel is already married.
What? What do you mean?
Rachel had her wedding years ago now, and has been with her man in a new house. Which means that there have been some people around you who got married. Just, they never wanted to invite you to their wedding, and that's why you were never aware of it. But you can't be blaming any of this on her now, because you were the one that set yourself up to not be invited.
What? She already had a wedding and everything? You're lying about Rachel, right?
You think I'd really be saying all of this as part of a lie? Sure, she was a bit early in terms of getting married, but she found herself a really good man, and they both wanted to tie the knot. That's right. When it comes to me, because of you, I was able to find someone I haven't talked to in so long, and we're going out to eat together.
Huh? What are you going on about now?
You went and tried calling Jacob over and over again, right? You were trying so hard to get him to your wedding, right? You really must have had no shame at that point to be able to say things like that to him.
Why the hell do you know about all of that?
I got a text from Jacob, and he was talking about your wedding with me. He had some questions about it, which then led to us talking some more about our pasts, and then he invited me to go out to eat with him. We already went out for coffee once this week for just an hour, and it seems he doesn't have a partner at the moment. And also, I'm going to consider this upcoming dinner as our first date. So, for giving me this chance with Jacob again, thank you.
Huh? I'm not going to allow you to become the only one of us becoming happy. And all because of me?
Back in the day, you were the reason why I lost Jacob, after you jumped in and took him away for a bit. But at the time, he had himself a girlfriend, and so he had to turn you down over and over again, right? However, right now he has nobody, so I'm going in to make sure he stays mine. And if you try and take him away from me this time, it's way too late. He knows the kind of bitch that you are and is not interested in you at all.
Screw you, Eve! I just lost my job in the company's layoffs, and so now I have nothing left but sadness and darkness. You becoming happy instead of me? I'm not going to allow it.
I don't give a damn what you allow, Kinley. And once you've been taken to the hospital in your sad condition, the police will be taking you into their custody. There were 3 people that saw you trying to trip me down those stairs as I came up, so please go peacefully with the police when they show up. And then you can continue your descent into hell with them. Bitches like you are only good for one thing, and that's going to hell in order to hopefully learn your lesson. After that, Kinley tried to make a break for it with one badly broken leg before the ambulance arrived, but stumbled over right in front of a police cruiser, which then picked her up and took her away. From there, I don't know all the details about what happened with her, but what I heard through some rumors is that she ended up having to pay a lot in hospital fees after her treatment, as well as get questioned by the police, and then went home to an eviction notice. She was never paying any of her bills there, and that put her on the streets before she knew it, where she is now living as a homeless woman. As for myself, after going on a few dates with Jacob, we both started to talk about marriage, and are on a path towards that. It's all because of Kinley that this relationship with Jacob was even made possible, and for some time, I will be thankful towards her for that.
Samantha, what's the meaning of this? The house is completely empty. Did we get robbed or something?
Oh, that? I'm moving out. My bad. Thanks for everything.
Moving out? What do you mean you're moving out?
I'm saying that I'm moving out of the house. I didn't feel like separating your stuff and mine, so I just took everything with me. You're fine with that, right?
Of course I'm not okay with that. The house is practically empty. I'm going to need you to explain what's going on properly.
I've explained it a couple of times already. Have you always been this slow? I am getting a divorce from you, which means I also am moving out. End of story. Anything else you need me to explain?
I'm asking for a reason. You left without a single word. No discussions or anything.
The reason? The reason I left is because you're unreliable as a man.
What? I've done so much for you, though.
Ew. I can't stand a desperate man. You were just naive and useful enough, which is why I kept you around. You have no appealing points as a man.
This wouldn't happen because I paid off all your debts and now I'm no longer of use to you anymore, right?
You're correct. I'm finally free from your sorry excuse of a man. Man, was it a hard time being with you. I was so embarrassed to be seen in public with you.
This is just beyond cruel. I spent 10 long years paying off your debt.
Well, the fact that it took you 10 years to pay off a $2 million debt is where the problem is. A normal man would have paid it off at most in 3 years.
That is impossible. You're underestimating the outside world.
No, I'm definitely not. There are men in this world that make more money than you do. Besides, you tried to get me a part-time job, didn't you? That was so unattractive, I couldn't believe it. What man makes their wife work as well?
That's because you kept buying so much jewelry. It's already enough of a struggle to be paying off your debt. Plus, I didn't even try to make you work. I was just trying to discuss finances with you.
In the end, it just meant that you were indirectly telling me to work. I work hard enough being a housewife, but to add a job on top of that?
Housewife? When were you behaving like one? You always went out to do whatever else. You come home later than I do, and I'm the one coming home from work. I cook your dinner, clean the house, do our laundry. That was all me!
Really? I don't remember at all. Sorry.
There you go again. Whenever you know you're in the wrong, you just pretend to forget. You always.
I have no interest in hearing your complaints. Thanks for helping out with my debt. This means you are no longer needed in my life, so our marriage is over.
You're the absolute worst.
Goodbye. Hey, Tate. I saw Samantha out in town just now.
Huh, really?
Yeah, she was attached to some random dude I've never seen before. Are you guys okay? I thought about saying something to her as her sister-in-law, but by the time I gained the courage, she was gone. I always told you that she was trouble. I'm definitely right.
Yeah, you were. She moved out earlier today.
What?
When I came back from home from my business trip, the house was empty. She announced that she was divorcing me and that she moved out.
She just took everything and left? Crazy.
You know, that makes sense. She was seeing another dude. Well, I mean, I had a feeling she was.
Wait, her leaving you now can't be a coincidence.
Yep, I paid off her debt, which means I'm no longer needed in her life. She had that plan the entire time. Makes sense why she didn't want to have any kids either.
Thank goodness that you had a backup plan just for something like this. I did warn you that something like this might happen.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe you, but you kept bugging me about it. Thanks for looking out for me, sis.
Glad to have a sister around, aren't you? So, what are you gonna do now?
Firstly, I'm gonna contact my lawyer. Man, I really didn't think that this would happen.
I was impressed that you guys were married for 10 years. Anyone could see that she wasn't a good person.
Well, yeah, but she had her moments.
You're not telling me that you still have some sort of feelings for her, right?
After all that she said to me, definitely not. Although I do admit I might be feeling rather lonely.
Well, anyways, you should move out of that house. It's way too big for just you alone, and I'm sure it holds some bitter memories now.
Yeah, I'll do that. Since she took everything, packing shouldn't be an issue.
You're going to have to cling to any positivity you can. I can help out a bit with the moving. I weirdly like seeing empty houses. I want to see how yours look.
Sure, I'll be home for today and tomorrow, so drop by anytime. Thanks for helping me feel better.
No problem at all. I'll head over after I pick up some things. If you have anything you want me to get, just let me know.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I found the she-devil. She's still with that man. I'm gonna do some snooping.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Hey, you. I got a call from the lawyer. What's going on? They were going on about something with $2 million and a prenup of whatever. I got rather agitated and hung up, so you deal with this.
Samantha, you have no intentions of coming back, right?
Of course not. Even if the world were to end and we were the last two people alive, I still wouldn't want to be with you ever again. Why don't you go look for a girl who has some use for you?
Is that so? Well, then you're gonna have to pay me back that $200,000.
What are you saying? Why would I pay you back? Do you know how hard it was to be with you for 10 years?
Do you know how I felt working those 10 years paying off your debt?
No, I don't, and I don't care enough to find out. Besides, you were with me. That should have been the happiest 10 years of your life. To a man like you, I was the biggest treasure.
You can keep all that confidence for all I care, but do you remember that contract that I had you sign 10 years ago?
What contract?
The contract is about paying back your debts. I handed you the contract telling you to look it over and sign it afterwards.
I don't remember anything like that. What of it?
That contract stated that if we were ever to get a divorce, you would have to pay me back the amount of money I paid your debts off. I have a contract with me right now with your signature on it.
What? What does that mean?
Look, you may think that you got lucky with me paying off your debt, but now you're in a situation of owing me money. You have to pay off a loan to me.
What?
I had no intention of charging you since we were married, but since we're divorced, I have no qualms about forcing you to pay me back.
What is going on? I didn't hear about this. I don't know anything about this.
The contract has your signature on it.
I don't know anything about what's written on it, so that contract has to be invalid, right?
Wrong. You signed it. I'm sure you signed it without reading it just to make sure that I pay your debts. But you signed it regardless.
This is wrong. A contract like that was only made to keep me chained to you.
If we were to get divorced in a way that I could have agreed on, then I wouldn't be using this against you. I only kept it as backup. I thought that you understood that. Yet you humiliated me and tossed me aside. That means I have every right to charge you. Don't think you can escape this. I have all the documents ready. If you have no intent on paying me back, then I'll just go to the police and sue you.
Hang on. I got it, okay? But think about it. I can't just pay you back that largest sum immediately.
It's not my business. You're bound by this contract to pay me back. That's all that matters to me.
Tate, I got it. You want to get back together with me, right?
What?
I'm moved by your will to win me back. You do want me back in your life. We should continue our lives with each other. You still haven't submitted divorce papers yet.
What are you talking about? I already handed it in ages ago.
Right? What? Why? I know that I left them for you, but you already turned them in? It hasn't even been a day.
You think I would want to get back together with you? I'm actually quite scared of how full of yourself you are.
You really going to force me to pay you back $2 million? I can't pay that much. I don't have to pay money that I can't afford to pay, right? I mean, I can't pay for it.
As I said before, you underestimate the world. You made me pay your debt for 10 years, and yet you claim to be unable to.
You decide to pay my debts out of your own free will. You can't be complaining about this now.
Like I said, I had no intention of having you pay me back. I only kept the contract in case you were playing me. I never expected to have to use it against you.
I won't forgive you for this. I won't give you a single penny.
You're gonna have to, one way or another. Where are you right now? Let's have our lawyers discuss this with each other.
Why would I do that? I'm coming with Joseph to you.
Joseph? Who?
My boyfriend. Unlike you, Joseph is a real man.
So you were cheating on me. The man you were seen out walking with today was him, wasn't it?
I was dreaming of the day I could be with him. It's not cheating. I truly love him.
Don't care. Also, what is he gonna do when you guys get here?
Peacefully hand over that contract, or else who knows what Joseph will do to you.
Huh? Would that happen to be the man downstairs holding a metal pipe?
Yep, it'll be super bad for you if you get him angry. So what will you do? If you hand over the contract, we'll leave without causing you any harm.
Like I would ever do that. I'm calling the police.
Is that so? Well then, I see we'll just have him force you to hand it over.
He's already in my room. Stop punching the door. I'll call the cops for Wait.
Jasmine? This is an unlawful arrest. The one who should be taken away is the beast of a woman. Why does Joseph have to be the one getting arrested?
Unlawful? Sis did nothing wrong. Plus, he was trying to enter my home while being armed. That's a major offense.
That doesn't mean she had to attack him until he was knocked out.
Sis just dodged his swing. He just lost his balance, fell over, and was knocked out from the impact of hitting the ground. What's his deal?
No, that's not right. That demon, Jasmine, knocked him out. We're suing you guys for assault.
Oh, well, sue to your heart's content, but I hope you remember that this apartment is filled with security cameras. There's no way that one of those cameras didn't catch what happened outside. Make sure you pay me back. After what happened today, the police are watching you closely. Can't run now.
I'll do anything, so please forgive me. There's no way I can pay you back.
Why don't you just rely on that Joseph guy?
Joseph was on probation. After today, there's no way he's not getting sent back to jail.
What? Are you serious?
I didn't expect him to break down that door either. I only wanted him to scare you a bit, but I guess he got too caught up in the moment.
Okay, well, regardless, I have no intentions of letting you off. I expect you to pay me back. Also, everything that you took from my house will need to be paid back.
Why? I'm apologizing for you this much. Why won't you forgive me?
I've already explained this multiple times. Were you always this slow? Maybe it's because it finally registered in her head that she won't be forgiven, but she headed straight to town. Just as Samantha said, Joseph, whom she had planned on marrying, was sent to jail, and now she has to work part-time to pay off the debt. He's paying it off slowly, but at this rate, she'll probably be spending the next 20 years paying this off. I don't care much about her paying me back, but I do hope that she learns her lesson within these 20 years. As for me, I moved out of the place I lived in with Samantha and rented an apartment, starting the life of living alone again. The money I spent 10 years paying off her debt can now be used for myself. I weirdly feel rich, and I'm not sure how I should be spending all this money. Well, I do plan on taking my caring sister out to a fancy meal since she helped me out a lot.
Hi, Dad. How have you been? I have some amazing news to share with you. I'm getting married!
Oh, wow! That's great! Your mother never mentioned that things were so serious between you and your boyfriend.
Actually, Mom didn't know that I was in a serious relationship either. I only told her yesterday, so she was pretty surprised. I wanted to tell the both of you in person, but it seems that you're really busy, so I texted you guys instead.
You're right. I've been pretty busy lately. But this is important. I can make time for you. When do you want to come over?
That sounds great. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. You'd be surprised to know that you've already met my fiancé.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see when you meet him. I'm so excited.
Okay. What's your fiancé like?
He works at a company that happens to be one of your clients. His name is Nate. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yes, it does. I know Nate. He works in sales, doesn't he? He's really good at his job, too. Well done. You picked a good guy to marry.
Well, it's not like I selected him from a group of men or anything. We just found that we have a lot in common. Anyway, I look forward to introducing you and Mom to Nate.
How about next weekend? Does that work for the two of you?
I think so. I'll write it down on my calendar. See you next week then. I'll make sure that Nate is available too. I'll get back to you when I know for sure, okay? Oh, I heard from Mom that you've been working on the weekends as well. Don't work too hard though. You need to rest too. What are you working on that is keeping you so busy?
I suppose it just means that my position in the company is becoming more senior. Being promoted isn't all fun. It means more responsibility too.
Oh, so that means you got a promotion then? But why did the company lower your salary? It doesn't seem fair.
What are you talking about?
Mom told me that they lowered your salary, but you've been working longer hours with no overtime. I don't think that you should let the company abuse you like this.
They're not abusing me. You don't need to worry about that. I've been assigned some new tasks, and it's taking me some time to get used to them. Your mother shouldn't have said anything to you.
Oh. Alright then. I guess that makes sense because Nate tells me that your company takes great care of its employees. He told me that it didn't make sense that they were making you do more work for less money.
You don't need to be concerned. I can take care of myself. Nate doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even work for the same company that I do. He'll understand when he's older and more mature. Besides, I'm getting benefits that are only available to people in my position. But because we get these benefits, we're not allowed to charge for overtime. So basically, I get paid an annual salary and no overtime. Do you get how it works now?
Of course I knew that. What I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't make sense that they lowered your annual salary. If you got a promotion, your salary would stay the same or be raised.
Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore with you. I need to get back to work now. See you next week.
You're still working?
I am. So I really don't have time to be talking to you over chat. I look forward to sitting down with Nate and getting to know him better.
Okay. See you next week then. Good luck with work. A few days later. Mom, don't you think that Dad's been acting strange lately? I feel like he's hiding something from us. I agree. He's not quite himself these days. But hey, you don't need to worry about it. I can handle your father on my own. I told him my wedding date, but Dad didn't seem too interested. It kind of felt like he already had plans on that day. It feels like he's not even excited that I'm getting married. Me getting married is kind of a big deal. I expected him to be more enthusiastic than this. I'm sure that he's thrilled that you're getting married to Nate. He just has a weird way of showing it. Work is keeping him really busy and he hasn't gotten the chance to be happy about your engagement yet. He won't miss your wedding though. He loves you too much. Perhaps we can all sit down and talk about things when the time is right. What do you mean by that? You're making me think that something bad is going to happen to our family. I'm an adult, Mom. You don't need to hide anything from me. I can handle it. I don't want Nate to pick up on the fact that things are awkward in our family right now. You have a point. I was planning on telling you, but I didn't want to ruin your engagement or your wedding. I haven't said anything to your father about this, so will you keep it between us for now? I want to process things before I go and have a talk with your father. What do you need to process? I won't tell Dad, so please, tell me what's going on. It seems that your father is in love with someone else. What? So he's cheating on you then? Yes, but I didn't want to say anything until your wedding was over. I can't believe that Dad would do this to you. It's unforgivable. I'd like to have a word with him about this. And that's exactly what I don't want you to do. Let me talk to him when I'm ready. I'm still sorting things out. I'm also gathering all the evidence that I need. Wow. You're really handling this on your own? I'm proud of you, Mom. If Nate ever cheated on me like this, I'd go crazy. Yeah, it's best not to be cheated on. But if you have been, then the best way to deal with it is through revenge. I'm going to make sure that my plans don't interfere with your wedding, though. If it were just an affair, I might have been able to get past it, but the person he's cheating with is the other problem. What do you mean? The day of the wedding.
I'm in the middle of work right now. I can't pick up the phone right now.
How could you be at work right now? Call me back now! 3 hours later.
I'm still working. I'll get back to you later.
It's Saturday! And do you know what day it is today?
I'm on a business trip. I'm busy. What do you want?
Do you really have to ask? You're unbelievable!
What do you mean by that? I'm working. Show a little respect. Now stop texting me. I've got to go now.
I can't believe that you're the one getting mad about this. Do you understand what you're doing to our family?
What do you mean? I'm working for my family. I really have to go. Stop bothering me.
You're so clueless, it makes me sick. I'm ashamed to have you as my father. I really hate you right now, and you're not the person that I thought you were.
What's with all the name calling? You're the one that's bothering me. Why are you so pissed? Now can you please let me get back to work?
Well, what kind of father forgets about his own daughter's wedding?
What?
I can't believe that you didn't come to my wedding. And I won't ever forgive you for it. So you forgot about my wedding because you were so preoccupied about going on your stupid trip with your young lover? Did I get that right?
Wait, how do you know about the trip?
Can you really call yourself a good father and husband after what you've done? You're dating someone that is close to my age. And you're so obsessed with her that you forgot to come to my wedding. How could you?
Wait, today's your wedding?
Yes, it is! Well, it's too late because you've already ruined everything. The wedding is over. And you didn't walk me down the aisle like you promised you would. I despise you.
It was an honest mistake. I didn't forget out of spite. Miranda, I'm so sorry about this. I'll find a way to make it up to you.
It's too late for your apologies. The damage has already been done.
But
You hurt me and Mom enough by having an affair, but on top of that, you forgot to come to my wedding? How could you?
I'm on a business trip, not a holiday. It's not my fault. And I'm not having an affair. This is all a big misunderstanding.
I see. So you're just going to continue lying to my face then? I spoke with the CEO of your company. He told me that you aren't on a business trip. Does that mean that he's the one that's lying?
You spoke to the CEO?
Well, he was at my wedding, so I thought I'd ask. I thought that it was strange that my father missed my wedding. When do you plan on telling us the truth? You can't run from this.
Why was the CEO at your wedding in the first place? Your wedding's not that important.
I see. So that's how you feel about my wedding then?
That's not what I meant. Your wedding is important to me, but why to our CEO? He doesn't know you personally.
You haven't been listening to anything I told you, huh? My fiance Nate is the son of the CEO of your client's company.
What? So you're marrying the son of a CEO?
Yes. So the CEO of your company attended as a guest of Nate's family. You should have known all this. Most of senior management was at our wedding.
Oh my. This can't be good for me.
No, it's not. And you're the one that caused this to happen. Are you starting to realize the gravity of your actions? Mom and I are in a really awkward position because of you. Well, your punishment is coming your way, so be prepared.
I'm on my way to the wedding venue right now. I'm sure that it's not too late.
I already told you that it's too late. The wedding is finished. So there's no point in you coming here. I'm cutting all ties with you.
Isn't that a little extreme? Give me a chance to make amends. I'm your father. You can't cut me out of your life.
Well, what kind of father forgets about his daughter's wedding to go on a trip with his lover? You're not my father anymore. And Mom feels the same way. She wants nothing to do with you. She's going to divorce you.
Divorce? She hasn't said anything to me about that. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not having an affair? What can I do to have you believe me?
You're a disgrace. Why don't you stop lying? No one believes anything that you say. And you can't deny it because I already know the truth. Do you know why?
Aren't you just making this all up?
Then how come I know how old your lover is then? Mom hired a private investigator, and she has all the information about your affair. Your lover happens to work at the same company as Nate.
I can't believe that your mother hired a private investigator!
Well, she was smart to do so. I don't consider you to be my father anymore. I don't want you to get in touch with me ever again. Nate already told his parents about your affair.
So Nate's father knows?
Yes, he does. And Mom told the CEO of your company. Practically everyone knows about your affair now.
How can she do this to me?
To you! You did this to us! Why don't you have a talk with your CEO and see what he thinks about your affair? That is, if you even have the courage to ask for a one-on-one meeting with your CEO.
Miranda, I apologize about missing your wedding. That was not my intention. You have to believe me.
It's too late to regret anything. It's already done. Your life as you know it ended the minute you decided to have an affair. You chose a really bad person to have an affair with as well. And it was stupid of you to plan a trip with her on the same day as my wedding.
How many times do I have to apologize about missing your wedding? I'm really sorry and I mean it. I'm going to make it up to you.
And how are you going to do that? Well, you just pay the alimony that you owe Mom and leave us alone. Mom and I are no longer on your side. You're on your own.
Do you have to be so hard on me? People make mistakes. We all do. Let me explain, and I'm sure that you and your mother will find it in your hearts to forgive me.
Well, I don't have the time to listen to your lame excuses. There's never a good reason for cheating on your spouse. I got married today, and I'm happy. I don't need my former father trying to ruin it for me. Please stop texting me.
I've been a good father to you. You can't cut me out because of one mistake.
You may have been a good father to me in the past, but that's in the past now.
What else do you want me to say?
Good luck with your life. It was nice knowing you. Have a happy life with your lover. Afterward, Miranda's father, Shawn, showed up at the wedding venue, but it was too late. All the guests had already left. Miranda blocked his number, so he was no longer able to get in touch with her. Shawn's wife, Melanie, filed for a divorce and requested that he pay her alimony. Shawn ended up borrowing money to pay the alimony to his ex-wife, and he was kicked out of the house. Things became uncomfortable for Shawn at the workplace too, and he ended up leaving. Shawn's lover quit her job too, but things weren't so bad for her because she got married to her young fiancé. Shawn was all alone and lost everything that was important to him. If only he hadn't been so stupid to start an affair. We can't help but feel a little sorry for what happened to him in the end.